Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Chris.
And we're from
Love My Brit.
And we're here today to talk to you about long distance relationship advice. Seeing as that we have made it through our long distance relationship successfully, closed the distance, we thought it might be beneficial to those of you still going through your long distance relationship to share our advice on what worked for us.
Yeah. So today we've got 5 pieces of advice for you.
First piece of advice:
setting your own expectations. So this one is all about what you expect of this long distance relationship. How often are you going to communicate with each other? How often are you going to see each other? What are your end goals? Who's going to make the eventual move to be with your partner?
Are you going to move to a mutual location? You don't have to move to one location or the other. You can choose where you want to live.
So setting your own expectations is all about knowing what you want out of the relationship and making sure that both of your interests are looked after. Like you've both got mutual goals for this relationship.
A lot of people are going to try and give you their own advice on this, and all we can say based off of our own experiences is that you just do what you want to do. If you and your partner think that visiting each other 6 times a year is sufficient and one of you makes more of the trips than the other, then it shouldn't matter what everybody else is telling you, because that's between you and your partner. I visited you more often throughout the year than you came to see me because I was in a better financial situation. I was working my career job and he was still a student at university, so I could afford the trips most of the year where he could only afford a few. But to us, it didn't matter if it was 50-50 or one way or the other because we were fine with it. So don't let anyone tell you that what your set expectation isn't good enough.
Yeah, never let anyone tell you that you're visiting your partner too much, or that they're not making the effort to come to you, or you're not making the effort to go to them. Only you know what your expectations are, and only you can be comfortable with them.
Number 2.
Trusting your partner.
Yes. Big.
Trust is huge in a long distance relationship.
The foundation of all long distance relationships rely on trust.
And while trust is important for any relationship, it's more important for a long distance relationship. So because you're not able to be together all the time, you really only have your partner's word to rely on.
Yep.
About where they are, what they're doing.
Who they're with.
Yeah. So you really have to trust that when your partner says something to you, that they really mean it, because you've got no way of otherwise knowing.
Yeah.
So there's 2 sides to this, I think. There's the fact that you should always go into the relationship with trust.
Yes.
Just because someone else hurt you in a previous relationship, don't carry those feelings forward into a long distance relationship.
Don't do it.
It's not healthy. It doesn't.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
You know, just because your previous partner might have been scandalous. Maybe they did cheat on you, or maybe they were emotionally involved with somebody else, or they've lied to you. Doesn't mean that you go into your next relationship carrying that weight or that baggage to your next relationship. That's not fair for your new partner. So as difficult as it might be, try and shake it off and just remind yourself that that's a completely different person and it's not fair to the person you're with now to feel that way.
And the second part of this is give your partner reasons to trust you. It sounds simple and basic, but don't lie to your partner. Always be open and honest about what you're doing, so that your partner doesn't have any reason to suspect you or to distrust you, because even a very small thing can grow in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, I mean, jealousy is a really big thing as well with trust, and if you can't trust the person, then these feelings are only going to bottle up inside and they're going to come out in the worst ways ever. So build on yourself, be confident and be willing to trust this person that you're with, otherwise this long distance relationship isn't going to work out. Number 3.
Physical affection.
Oh yeah.
In a long distance relationship, you are not able to have that physical affection or to show that physical affection that other couples around you are able to.
Sometimes it's when you want it, and sometimes it's when you need it. Like when you get really, really sick or you get injured and go to the hospital. Sometimes they can't be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, you need to learn how to fulfill that lack of physical affection.
Yeah, so words become a lot more important.
Yeah, so learn how to convey yourself in ways that are more meaningful.
Yeah, because if you don't have that physical affection, then all you've got to rely on is your partner's emotion, their words, and what they say to you.
Yeah.
So everything you say becomes a lot more important because it has to fill the void of that physical affection that you don't have.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard when you see other couples walking down the street holding hands and being together in a close proximity relationship. But know that you're in a long distance relationship and it's going to be temporary. It's not forever. When you do see each other, you're going to be able to be close and affectionate like you dream about or reminisce back to. But it's just a temporary stage throughout your relationship. And if you're willing to put in the work and your relationship pans out that you're going to close the distance and be together, it's going to make your relationship so much more stronger because you've already connected so well on an emotional level that you don't need the physical aspect of your life to be close together.
Yeah, that becomes a bonus almost when you do end up closing the distance.
Exactly. Number 4.
Skype dates or any kind of
Video chat.
Yeah, so you don't have to use Skype, you can use FaceTime, you can use Viber, you can use whatever you want.
Google Chat.
But the concept is that as well as talking to your partner, as well as messaging them, video chatting when you have the time, that you should try to set specific days and times where you have an actual date, a virtual date.
Yeah.
And you should treat these virtual dates as you would a real life date. So if you say you're going to be there, if you make plans, keep to those plans.
Yeah.
It's no less important than a real life date.
We used to get really dressed up for our dates, and I remember I would take all of my time to get ready, just like it were a real date back home. We set up the time, show up a little early. We had kind of a pre-established agenda of what we wanted to do, like are we going to watch a movie together, are we going to cook dinner together, and cooking dinner would essentially be cooking the same thing and eating it together on Skype. But there's so many different date ideas out there that the possibilities are quite endless. You know, whatever works for you and whatever you enjoy doing more, continue to do that. But don't just limit yourself to the same thing date after date after date if you feel like these date ideas aren't necessarily the most fun for the two of you. What worked for us was having certain TV shows that we would watch together throughout the year. So whether it was American Horror Story or South Park, MasterChef, you know, we've got our little TV shows that we like to watch together. And sometimes I would prop my laptop up so that you were watching what I was watching through my screen, because streaming sometimes just kills the internet. So Wi-Fi struggles are real.
So with these dates, just make sure you're going the extra mile so that it's not just going to blend into another video chat session, so that they are distinct and memorable.
Number 5.
Surprises.
I like surprises.
Everybody likes surprises.
Yes.
So surprises are an aspect of any relationship, but in a long distance relationship, there really isn't a huge amount to look forward to. You've got your really big trips where you go and visit each other, and you'll have your Skype dates, but other than that, there's a lot of time in between those, and surprises are a really nice way to punctuate that and show your partner that you care about them, and that
You're thinking of them.
Even though you're thousands of miles apart, you're still able to, or
a couple hundred,
You're
we were thousands of miles apart, so it's just automatic that we say that.
You're still able to think about them and do something nice for them and still catch them off guard and surprise them.
Yes. I caught him off guard by surprising him during our first year of long distance dating by coming to the UK without him knowing. and surprising him during his birthday meal out with his friends.
Yeah.
Thanks to his friends, I was able to plan this. They all knew. He was literally the only one who was out of the loop on this. He thought I was going to New York, so he knew a flight was involved with my travel and that I wasn't going to be home, but he was not prepared for me to arrive. And I was nervous because I didn't know how he was going to take it, but he loved it. He thought it was awesome, and he was really excited to have me there for his birthday. And I'd say maybe on my behalf, I was really nervous because I just wanted to make sure that it was good. I didn't want to show up and have you be upset with me for not being there, but it was totally worth it, and I would 10 out of 10 do it again.
So yeah, surprises. You can plan a surprise trip to see your partner like Chelsea did, or you can surprise them with a gift.
Gifts, it could be purchases from Amazon, Etsy, eBay, anything like that. It can be flowers, it can be food. I think having like a pizza delivered to me randomly by my boyfriend would have been awesome. Unfortunately, I tried to do that for him at work, and it didn't work out so well because no pizza company would deliver to where he works. But, go out of the box. Don't just stick to the traditional jewelry, flowers, chocolates, maybe fancy bottles of liquor or alcohol for the boys, but try and be a little bit more creative. Care packages, those can be really fun. You can decorate the interior of the box and they can have themes. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
I know that we've talked about long distance relationship gifts before on our website, and we've got ideas on Pinterest, and there's other websites that have it as well. But don't just stick to one thing. Let them know that you care and surprise. So that was our 5 pieces of long-distance relationship advice. We might have forgotten something because we're a little rusty now that we've closed the distance, but we thought that those 5 were the most essential.
If we have missed something, or if there's something that you think is really important to let other long-distance couples know,
put it in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave us a like, and if you want to see new videos from us every Wednesday and Sunday, remember to subscribe. You can do that below or on our channel, Love My Brit. And we hope to see you again next time.
Bye.